Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name's James. I'm a personal trainer from EmpoweringPT.co.uk, and today we're going to start off my series on classic mistakes. Now the first exercise we're going to concentrate on is the press up or push up, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be the same technique, and this is one of the exercises that people tend to get wrong. You see it all the time in classes, and you see it all the time when people work out in the gym doing the classic press up. Okay, so getting into your press up position, feet out straight. Okay, if you're struggling for balance a little bit, then you can have your feet slightly wider. That will help to support you, but generally most people will have it together, especially if you're able to do a high plank, and that's effectively the position that you're going to be in. Okay, you want your hands just beneath the shoulders and just below as well. So as you come down, keeping yourself straight, the hands are in line with the chest and the elbows come behind you, and then you press up. So I'm going to show you again. So you come down and up. Now you'll notice that my elbows come behind me and that my thumbs are generally in line with the nipples. Now what you'll see is a lot of people will have their elbows flaring out to the side. So what will happen is they'll come down like this, or they'll even have their weight slightly further back, and they'll come down and have their elbows slightly forwards, and I can already feel that pulling in my shoulder. This is not a comfortable position to be in. Instead, you want to have your thumbs in line with the nipples, just below the shoulders, and you should feel that your hands can come a lot further back. Now you can try this at home. If you have your elbows in line with your shoulders and you try to pull back as far as you can, your shoulder gets in the way. The joint can't get all the way back. We're not designed to be able to do that. So instead, you want to bring it all the way back. And this helps to lengthen the chest so that as you push into it, you can get a better range of movement. So you want to be coming down and up with your elbows coming at a 45-degree angle from the shoulders. And you'll feel that by having the shoulders come down as well to allow your elbows to get behind you, you're no longer putting the shoulders into the movement, and you'll feel the chest activate a lot more as well. It'll also stop you from using your traps to shrug up and get this outward push as well. Next common mistake that people make is they let their hips dip. So if you've got a weak core, there's nothing wrong with coming down to your knees and doing the press up from here, especially if you're not strong enough in your chest to be able to manage your whole weight. However, what you don't want to be doing is humping the floor. So you don't want to be coming down here and letting the hips drop. You don't want to be sticking your bum up in the air and then pressing, or you don't want a mixture in between and to start scooping yourself up. Unless that is the type of press up variation that you're doing, because you could be doing a cobra push up where you come up and rock back. But that is more complicated, and we just want to keep it simple for now and focus on the classic push up. So for this technique, you want to keep yourself flat. Okay, like I said before, you want to be able to do a high plank from here. If you can hold that and keep your spine in a neutral position, then you want to keep it that way. You don't want to let the hips drop, and you don't want to push them up as you come down. So you keep it flat, keep the head in a neutral position, come down and up. So most people can't actually do a full press up on their own. They need a little bit of assistance. They need to take that weight off slightly. Now doing it on your knees is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. However, when most people do it, their hips are in line with their knees, and then they'll just do this. Now already it's putting more strain into the shoulder because they're not getting the right position here, because they're not allowing their weight to come forwards over their chest. And even if I was to bring my hands back, I'm just bending, the weight isn't forwards enough, I haven't got any resistance because my legs are actually supporting my weight. And I can come up this far without needing my hands. So come a little bit further out and really there's no resistance at all. So instead, you want to try and get your knees on a 45-degree angle with your hips and have the weight over your hands, and then you come down. So this assisted push-up will help you to then develop that, and what you can do is from here, to make it a little bit harder each time, you gradually bring your knees further and further out to put the weight onto your hands until eventually you can come up all the way. You can even have one knee on the floor as well. If you get to that point where you're getting stuck between that 45-degree angle and full extension, then you can always put one knee down. Just give yourself a little bit of balance. There's nothing wrong with making it that little bit easier. Sooner or later, if everybody was to do push-ups, you'd have to go down to your knees. You can't keep doing it forever. So if at the end of your set you need to be able to go down to your knees, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Okay, so that's the classic push-up. Hopefully that's educated you on how to do it properly and hopefully corrected any mistakes that you're making or you think you might be making. Best way to do it is to film yourself or get somebody to check for you, see if you're doing it right. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at EmpoweringPT. Thank you for watching.